Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have completed permutation and combination and we have also done previous year questions for permutation and combination. Today we are starting with probability. Probability and permutation and combination, both topics are interlinked. They both come under the counting principles, right? And both are tricky and a major headache for the aspirants, right? So try to get your concepts clear for the exam. Don't aim for 100% attempt or accuracy in this topic. These topics are not only tricky for you, these topics are tricky for every aspirant. Or 95% of the aspirants find these topics on the difficult side. So don't worry. So right. So let's start with the probability. What exactly is the probability? So whenever they say the probability means chances of something happening. So whenever you see the weather app in your mobile phone, it says 50% chances of rain. 50% chances of rain. What does this mean? That means there are 50% chances means there are could happen or could not happen, right? If someone says there are 90% of chances of rain happening, does this mean that rain will surely happen? No. There are very bright chances that rain will happen and less chances it will not happen. So probability means what are the chances of something happening, right? So let's start. What exactly is probability? Probability is certainty of occurrence of an outcome. So outcome means a rain happening. So what are the chances of something happening? 50%, 60%, 80%. Those that is a probability. The easiest thing to understand probability is coin toss. In a coin toss, what can you get? You can either get head or you can get tail, and there is no third outcome, right? Very slim chances coin will stand, no head or tail, but we are ignoring those conditions and we're saying either head will come or tail will come, nothing else. There is no other option like X will come or Y will come. No, only two chances things are possible, that it will be a head or it will be a tail. Now, what are the probability of head coming? Whenever there are coin toss happening in a cricket match, right? So whenever they toss a coin, what are the probability of head coming? Probability of head coming is 50% and probability of tail coming is 50%. What does it mean? This means, suppose in a match, in 10 tournament in 10 matches, a player is choosing head in the first, and he chooses head and head comes. In the second match, he again chooses head. Third, he chooses tail and he is winning in three. Next he's choosing head, but tail come. So here he lost. Next he wanted a tail, but head came. Again he lost. So 50% means if you continue this process for thousand and lakhs of time, not only suppose if I toss a coin 5 times, there are very high chances that five all out of five head will come. But that is not what a probability is. Probability is if you continue this process for thousand and lakhs and infinite time. So if I toss a coin, say in 1 lakh time, so the it will look something like this: head, 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 tail, tail, head, head, head. So it will have a lot of heads in the start. But going again, when you pass 1 lakh figure or 10 lakh figure, a lot of tails will also come, lot of heads will also come. So if you repeat the process infinite times, the probability of tail or head coming is 50%. So means 50% of the time head will come, 50% of the time tail will come. I hope that is clear what probability is. Now probability understanding, second thing is, let's see an example of dice. When we throw a dice, what could come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the outcome possible. Is there any chance that 7 will come? No, because there is only chances that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 could come, right? So probability of number 1 happening, coming, is, they say 1 by 6 means 1 out of total 6. What is the probability of 2 coming? 1 by, again 1 by 6 means probability of 2 coming is 1 out of 6. Probability of 3 is again 1 out of 6 and so on. Probability of 6 coming is 1 out of 6. Now, let's say, now, does that means that if we throw this dice 6 times, one will come only one time? No. If I'm throwing a dice, it could be that first time I am getting 1, second time 2, third time also 2, fourth time also 2, fifth 3, 4, 4, 1, 6, 7. Oh, so not 7, 1, 6, 3, and so on. So it's not a guarantee that in first 6 throws you will get 1 of 1, 2 time 1, only one time 2, only one time 3. No. But if you repeat this process infinite time, 1/6 of the time you will get 1, 1/6 of the time you will get 2, and so on. And that is what a probability means. Right? Hope the basics are clear. Now moving on. You have to learn 2-3 terms. What exactly is experiment? What exactly is sample space? And these 3 terms. What exactly is an experiment? Experiment is a coin toss, throwing a dice. Uh, Experiment is rainfall happening. Experiment is number of red cars on the road, red cars going on the road. So whatever we are calculating, that is known as an experiment. Whatever the experiment we are performing, here the experiment is coin toss. Sample space. What are the values that is possible? A head could come or tail could come. Could be body could come? No, because there is nothing such as body. So body is not the sample space. So sample space only has two things, head and tail. What is an event? Event means if I throw a dice, if I toss a coin, what is coming? So that is one event. And in that toss I getting head. So that is one event. So in one event means one time I tossed a coin and a head came. That is one event. Another event could be when one time I tossed a coin and a tail came. That is another event. What is an impossible event? As I've already told you, one time I tossed a coin, but instead of head or tail, a body came. That is an impossible thing. So that is an impossible event. What is a sure event? Sure event means I, a head coming or a tail coming. These are the sure event. There is nothing such as body event. So that is why what are the sure events? Head or tail. I hope this is clear what 3 terms are. Now we'll understand it better from the dice example. So what exactly are we experimenting? We are throwing a dice. What is a sample space? Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is an event? Event is one time I threw a dice and what came? Suppose number 3 came. That is one event. One time I threw a dice and what was the number came? That is like says 4. That is an event. What is the impossible event in the case of dice? Suppose number 12 coming. That can never happen. So 12 is an impossible event. What is a sure event? Sure event is number 1 coming, number 2 coming, number 3 coming, number 4 coming, number 5 coming, number 6 coming. So these are the sure short events, right? I hope these terms are clear. Now moving on. In an event of a dice throw, right? Event means, so what did they do? They threw a dice 3 times, one after the another, and in the first throw they got 1, in the second throw they got 4, in the third throw we got 5. I hope this is clear. In the first throw we got 1, in the second throw we got 4, and in the third throw we got 5. So now this is a event. Event is what? Event is nothing but we are throwing a dice, not 1, not 2, but 3 times. That is a event. What is the complement of this event? Complement means whatever has happened in your event and what has not happened, that is the complement of the event. Complement means what has happened, 1, 4 and 5 has happened. What has not happened, 2, 3 and 6. So these are the complement of this event. Suppose I give you an example. Oh, let's say another example. Suppose I have an event where I have got tail in the coin toss. What is the complement of this event? The complement of this event is getting a head. Means what has not happened is the complement event, right? Now I hope this complement thing is also clear. Moving on. What is a single event? Single event, throwing throwing a dice only one time. One time. That is single time. And what can we get? We can get number 3. That is a single event. In the last example, we see one. What did we see? 1, 4, 5. This is a compound event. Means same thing happening more than one time. First time we got 4, 1. Second time we got 4. Third time we got 5. So this is a compound event. I hope this is clear. Now, equally likely event. So equally likely means, suppose we are we are doing a coin toss. So head and tails are two events. Head and tails are two events. What is the probability of this happening? 50%. What is the probability of this happening? 50%. Now, now tell me, are they equally likely to happen? Yes. Equally likely means both have the same probability. So that is why these head and tails are the equal likely events. In case of dice, what are the equal likely events? 1 coming, 2 coming, 3 coming, 4 coming, 5 coming, 6 coming. These are the 6 events which could happen and all have the equal likely or equal probability. I hope this is clear. This is also done. Moving on. Now let's do some questions. 2 dices are thrown. Find the probability that number on 2 dices are equal. Number on 2 dices are equal. See, first thing, how do we calculate probability? Probability is calculated by number of favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes means, you can write this formula, number of favorable outcomes means whatever you want. If you want that a dice get a 6 number, that is a favorable event. Whatever you want. And what are the all the possible conditions, or whatever all the possible outcomes. So it will be divided by total outcomes. Means what are the total outcomes that are possible, that gets divided. Now let's see. Before attempting this question, let's see an example of a coin toss. Coin toss. So in coin toss, either head could come or tail could come, right? So now I want a head. Probability of head means I want a head. So what are the favorable outcomes? So out of these, how many favorable outcomes I have? Favorable outcomes have, I only one outcome that is favorable to me, that is head. And what are the total outcomes? 1 and 2. So 1 by 2, that is 50%, right? Now if you take an example of a dice, let's take an example of a dice. Here in the example of dice, what are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probability of a number greater than 3 or equal to 3 coming is, so whatever favorable outcomes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the numbers which are greater than equal to 3. So I have 4 winning outcomes or favorable outcomes. So 4. And what are the total outcomes that are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 by 6 and 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is the probability of a number coming out to be greater than 3. I hope this is clear. Now, in our case, 2 dices are thrown. 2 dices are thrown. So means whatever all the outcomes that are possible, means all the outcomes that are possible is 1 coming on first dice, 1 on second dice, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, and so on, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, and 6, 6. So, whenever the dice is thrown, total 36 outcomes are possible, and what are all my favorable outcome or whatever I want, that number on 2 dices are equal, means these condition 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So these are the 6 outcomes which are favorable to me. So the probability of this is 6, means whatever favorable to me divided by total, that is 36. So 1 by 6 is the answer. I hope this is clear. Now Two dice are again thrown. So there, how many outcomes are possible? That is 36 outcomes. Find the probability that difference of two numbers is 2. So if I have a number of 1 on the first dice, what I could have on the second dice, that is 4. Oh, not 4, sorry, 3. 1 and 3 could be the one case where the difference is 2, and 3 and 1 is another case, right? Or the second thing is ki first on the first dice I am getting 2, the second dice I am getting 4, or 4 or 2 on the first and second dice. On the third dice I am getting 3, 5, 5, 3. 4 dice I am getting 4, 6, 6, 4. On the fifth, on the next dice I get him 5, and the next is 3. But this is also already covered here, so you don't have to repeat it. So these are the 8 events or the successful outcomes which I want, means I want these outcomes to happen. So the probability is 8 outcomes divided by 36. So you will get 4 to the 8, 4 9 the 36, and that is the answer. I hope this is clear. Probability basics are very simple. You just have to know what are your successful outcomes, what are your favorable outcomes, and divided by the total outcomes. So again, in the case of an IPL, why do we say the probability is 1 by 10? Suppose, what is the probability of CSK, Chennai Super King, winning? So if suppose there are 10 teams starting, so what is all the outcomes that are possible? That means any of the 10 teams, any of the 10 teams winning. So there are total 10 outcomes possible, that any of the 10 teams winning. Now CSK winning is one of the outcomes. So 1. So the probability is 1 by 10. I hope this is clear. We have seen a lot of examples on probability till now. These are the basic. And the second favorite thing of the examiner is a card. So you like dice and coin toss, you have to be aware about how cards work, how cards look like, playing cards. So in a playing card, there are total 56 cards. 26 are black and 26 are red. So there are total 52 cards. So we have 26 black and 26 red. And all these are divided into four section, means 13 cards are there. 13, 13, 13, 13 means 13 are heart, 13 are diamond, 13 are spade, and 13 are club. So we have 4 type of outcome possible, means 13 into 4 is total 52 cards, right? And here we have 26 into 2 means total 52 cards, right? I hope this is clear. Now still 13, 13, 13, 13. So let's take the 13 cards of heart. How will these cards look like? So 13 of heart will have 13 cards. 13 cards will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have 11 is a jack, 12 is a queen, and 13 is a king. And rather than saying 1 as 1, they say ace. Ace. So we have these cards A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have 11, 12, 13. Right? I hope these are clear. And here ace is another card. That is, ace means number 1. Right? So how many total cards? So each 13 card will have number from 1 to 13. And how many face cards are there? So heart will have 4 face cards, jack, queen, king and ace. Diamond will have also 4 of these cards. Spade will also have 4 of these cards. Club will also have 4 of these cards. So total 4 into 4 means 16 face cards are there in a playing cards. I hope this is clear. Now we know that how a playing card look like. Now let's solve some question on this. If 2 cards are drawn from a deck of cards, what is the probability that both are king? Right? What is the probability that both are king? Now, solving this, first thing, probability is calculated by number of favorable outcome divided by number of possible outcomes, right? So now I'm taking you back to the permutation and combination. Now, without even thinking about king, there are total 52 cards. Pick any two cards from it. Don't think about the king till now. What are the ways of choosing two cards out of 52? 52 C2. That's what we have learned. That out of 52 cards, you are choosing any two cards. That is 52 C2. And this is the possible outcome. Means you are picking any two cards. Any two cards you are picking. That is possible outcome is picking any two cards out of 52 cards. That is the possible outcome. Now the favorable outcome is how many kings I have. I have one king, two king, three king and four king. I hope this is clear. There are four kings in a deck of cards, means one each of heart, spade, club and hearts, diamond. So one each of heart, spade, club and diamond. So we have four kings. Now what is the favorable outcome? I choose how many kings are there? Four kings are there. How many do I need to choose? Two. So our favorable outcome is I am choosing two kings out of four kings. So now my favorable outcome is 4C2 and my possible outcome is 52C2. So what is the probability? Probability is 4C2 divided by 52C2 and that is the answer. I hope this is clear. Favorable outcome is choosing two kings out of four kings and the possible outcome is choosing any two cards out of 52 cards. I hope this is clear. Moving on to a similar question. If three cards are drawn, what is the probability that it will be a jack? Probability is favorable outcome divided by total outcome. So what is the favorable outcome for me? Favorable outcome and total outcome is I have 52 cards. I am choosing three cards. So my three cards, any three cards. So my probability is 52C3. This is what we have learned in the combination. But my favorable outcome is how many jacks do I have in a deck? Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack 4. What is a favorable outcome? I am choosing any three jacks out of these four jacks. That is my favorable outcome. So the probability is 4C3 divided by 52C3. That is the answer. I hope this is clear. And a similar question, just to make your concept clear. If four cards are drawn, what is the probability that it is a face card? Let's see. Probability is favorable outcome divided by the total outcome. Now, what is the total outcome? What is the total outcome I need? I am choosing out of 52 cards, I am choosing any four cards. Any four cards. It need not be a face card. So the total outcome possible is 52C4, right? What is the favorable outcome? Favorable outcome is I am choosing how many face cards are there? As I've already told you, Jack, Queen, King and Ace. Four face cards of each diamond, spade, club and heart. So 4 into 4 means 16 face cards are there. I am choosing 4 cards out of these 16 cards. So what is my favorable outcome? 16C4. So the favorable outcome is 16C4 and what is the total outcome? 52C4 and that is the answer. I hope this is clear. The probability is done. Probability, this is a part 1 of probability. There will be a second video on this where we are going to learn the further concept of probability and then we are going to solve previous year questions, and there are very few, like only 2 to 3 previous year questions